Yo, 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 what is going on? So, Bueller here, of course, and this is going to be a little bit of a longer one, so strap in if you are clicking on this video. Basically, you're just watching me create the PDF. I thought, after I've made four of them now, that maybe I just record me making one, instead of just typing it up and sending it out at, whatever time. I normally send them out pretty early, so this one will be a lot later than my usual ones because I'm, recording it and preparing a little bit longer. But we'll go through it. We're going to go through the bigger time frames. We'll go through the smaller time frames. Here's kind of a sneak preview of what it should look like towards the end of it. It should look the exact same, except, of course, the analysis will be different. But this is what it should look like. We go over the bigger time frames. I share both bigger and smaller time frame links. Talk about a bull, bear, and ranging scenario. What range of levels could you possibly watch between for the week ahead? And if normally they don't break, but we'll see. I normally set pretty passive ranges, and then we go over the smaller time frame. I go over the game plan for the first day of the week. Normally that's a Monday. Of course, I can only do it for Monday. I don't know what Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday look like ahead of time, but I at least created for Monday, so you have that. But then you have the levels too. The only ones you have to re-maintenance are your smaller levels. You just delete this, delete that, and then whatever your next day's high low is, you do your supply demand like in my video. So if you need that link, let me know. We also stream a lot, so join the streams if you ever have any questions and you want to go over them live with me. News and earnings for the week ahead. This is what should be kind of towards the bottom, so you'll see that in this one as well. But let's jump right into it. I'm just going to kind of get into it. I'll try to just kind of speak how I want to speak. I'm not going to try to talk like I'm talking at you or to you. I'm just going to kind of do my thing. So if I go quiet, I promise you I'm not crazy. I'm just trying to get through my PDF here. But just kind of give you a little bit of update before I do get a little bit quiet and get into creating my PDF. What I wanted to go over was what has happened up to this point. You can see at the end of last week, we did get a nice little bounce. We did get up into the top of this old demand, believe it or not. It's actually turning into supply now. We've moved away from it. So we're kind of seeing, are we going to keep this as supply? Again, supply is a seller area. So we're going to see, does this seller area continue to hold up? Oops, let's pan this a little bit. So you can see I kept that recent supply from before, kept the demand here that's possibly turning into supply. You can see the ultimate level is kind of a mixture of these, like the meat of these lows, and then of course like this wick. So we're kind of watching a combination of 422.30 up to 425.50s for a continuation breakdown. But this is a really big good sign for sellers again. So I think something I'm looking forward to for just candle control again, because you can see we have a nice hammer here that could, a lot of people are going to say this is going to be a short-term bottom. Good bullish engulfing around the meat of this candle, not the entirety of the candle. And then a failed dark cloud cover. It's like a big reset candle. And this is what I talked about on my Friday stream. I could see us having a big pullback and still having a room to hold this for a bounce. So really looking to see, does this double bottom hold? Do we see a higher low form and then, get a better bounce into this old demand turn supply? Or are we just going to see a rejection, a lower high, and then a pull back again, and we'll see a bigger move under 422.30 towards 420, 417, which again is a major shoulder. So if you zoom this out more, it comes from here. This is where they got back over a new shoulder, got a breakover, failed, retested, held over the second time, and then you can see the rest from there has just been bullish. Finally got our first bearish kicker, bearish engulfing, second bearish kicker, and that was the real first initial sign for us, at least in BB, that, hey, a slowdown's possibly coming. Since then, a pullback to 433.30s hit. We had a nice bullish recovery move back up to 450, 451.50, which is a big area we were looking at. They didn't quite fill that gap from the third bearish kicker. Rejected, made a lower high. You can see they were kind of battling over this area here where it was a bigger area of a breakout. They failed to hold it as support. They then held it as support, and then instead of making a new high, they decided to finally break this pivot point area, which is an area of supply now. They pulled away from it. So if buyers do end up picking up, I'm looking for the gap here. I'm looking for the rejection of 442 to 445. If sellers continue, we're looking for a rejection again of this area here between 430, 330s and this 428, and then a pullback towards 417, possibly 415s. And if 415 breaks, 417s break, we're possibly getting an even larger pullback again because a bigger major shoulder will be breaking. So even if it is just a wick down, that could be a very nasty pullback. Also, looking for the potential of just getting ranging. Again, if you get a bunch of range shading between, again, that magic level of 430, 330s and the bottom of that major shoulder, I mean, really, you could even set it at the bottom of that hammer if you want to, or keep that as your median, and this is your bottom of your shoulder, bottom of your range. But this is genuinely where you're focused on right now, is between here. So that's really what everyone's focused on right now. But let's jump into me creating the watch list, and I hope you guys enjoy that little bit of an update. And yeah, drop a like on this or tag me in chat and say, hey, enjoyed that or whatever. And let me know if you guys have any other points you want me to start adding into different videos or any ideas for future videos or anything else. But I'm going to jump into this now. Hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, love you.